Dit is Kuns en Vermaak. Yes, Artie Chats with Marianah Lourens. And here I am at Masifunde. And Masifunde, of course, is a place for the youth.
Yes.
And what else do they do here? Because I know you, Shafiq, I must always say this correctly because he is Shafiq Kalumo, but there's also a Piri.
Yeah.
So which is it?
Okay, Piri is my clan name.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So I'm the Piri. So Piri means the descendants from the mountain.
You know, that is very interesting because I had a Piri once who worked for me.
Right.
He merchandised my goods when I was in sales and marketing. I didn't even know that it was his surname, so I didn't realize it meant from the mountains. And we never went there. We knew it was many years ago. I'm talking 40 years ago.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because that's why I say you are my son, but I think you're more like a grandson from the other mother.
Oh, yes.
And I hope one day that I'll meet that mother of yours in Malawi.
Most definitely.
The other mother.
Be happy.
Won't it be a wonderful thing when we all become millionaires, when you go forth in your acting, because that's how I met you.
Yes.
Acting. I think it was still from Stageworld days.
Yes, from Stageworld. Well, I think at that time we first met, I was in my second year.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's a long, long time ago.
Yes.
And we've become so close.
Long way.
And we've been even in a show together.
Yes.
In a couple of shows.
Times.
Yes, yeah. We've been in a few shows together. And that is so enriching. And because, you know, in the performing arts world, of course, we were saying earlier on how unique it is.
Yes.
And how we just love one another.
Definitely.
But now I see in your career here, first of all, you did did you do dialogue?
Yes, I did dialogue.
Yes, with the Mandela Bay Theatre Company.
Yes.
And that was just a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And then, of course, the NAF, National Arts Festival, and you working together with the Tyrant.
Yes, the production title is The Tyrant, written and directed by Aliso Zwini.
Yes, and Kabiso is the other son, and he, of course, wrote that, and he's acting it together with your other brother,
yes,
Anele. But I see here Kenya theatre, but you from Malawi.
Yes, actually for the Kenya part, I was selected for theatre directing apprenticeship. Yeah, so I was in Kenya, Nairobi for almost 2 months and a couple of weeks. Yeah, learning how, Kenyans, more especially Ugandans, because the owner of that production, it was she's from Uganda. Yeah, so the production that we're doing, it was a musical, Subira the musical, and it was supposed to take place in Uganda, but now because of COVID-19, they moved it to Kenya in Nairobi. So I had to stay there. I learned on production, how to put a production together. We learned about directing, writing, lighting, and there were many great creatives looking at the superstars from Kenya, Nairobi, and also looking at people from USA who came through for lighting, like designers. Someone came from, I think, UK. And so it was a whole bunch of creatives coming together, creating this beautiful piece of work. And then me in there and my other friends from Uganda, Botswana, we were apprentices. Yeah,
it's so wonderful. You had this conglomeration from all over,
yes,
didn't you?
Definitely.
And you met in Nairobi, and I've been to Nairobi. It's
really
so funny in 1984, but it was very, very brief, and it was also, I was surrounded by people from other countries because I was at the airport.
All right.
It was so interesting because when I looked at the growth around me, looked just like South Africa.
Yes.
And I'm sure parts of Malawi looks like South Africa as well. It's all bush and trees and
No, some parts,
Some.
if you go to the cities, it's fine, it's lovely, it's beautiful, you have, buildings and stuff like that, but Malawi is still growing, and I think it is one of the best countries you can ever be because of its, what can I say?
It's development.
Yeah, the development is quite slow.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, development is quite slow, which also hinders the progress of theatre development as well.
Yeah.
Film industry and the creative arts in general is slowly growing because of the economy of Malawi as well.
Okay, so how did you get to South Africa?
Okay, so I came to South Africa in 2009. I came for studies. I wanted to do IT, but then I changed. I was like, no, IT, it's going to take time for me to get into, So I had to find other ways because I'm a creative. I love theater. I love arts. Then I looked around if I can find a school where I can study my craft. So I went to Stageworld Theatre School. Yeah. So from that time, with Marlene Pieterse,
good friend of mine.
Oh, yes. Very lovely soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're talking about you, Marlene Pieterse.
So actually, that's how I came to South Africa. Mainly it was to study, and then it happened that I stayed over up until now, but I just moved back home.
Yes, and I just want to say, here in this Muslim theatre, we have lots of sound effects. We have squeaks and rumbles and all sorts of things because it's filled with art.
Yes.
And we're surrounded by art, and we're surrounded by people who are rehearsing and stuff like that.
Yes.
So now when you go back to Malawi, because you're basically on your way back to Malawi.
Definitely.
What are you going to do there?
Okay, so before I left, I was working on the production in Zika the Citizen, which is the production I wrote in 2015. It speaks about migration in South Africa, speaks about xenophobia, and it just questions about the Ubuntu, like humanity after all. I thought that was my transport has come to pick me up. Alas, another day has gone by while I stand guard in this cold riverbank. Bombe, ay, bombe, 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 ay, bombe. So I'm planning to take the production to different parts of the world. Malawi is the first country I'm performing. So right now, when I leave, the first thing I'm going to do is to hit the ground running with the rehearsals, and then we are performing on the 2nd of August and the 4th of August. Yeah. So from there on, I want to take the production across Malawi, maybe 3-4 cities of Malawi, perform there, and then after that, who knows, Kenya International Theatre Festival, and also Uganda International Theatre Festival as well. That is a plan, and I've been applying to all those. Okay,
because now we've got very little time left. Your future is theatre.
Yes.
But now when you were growing up, I'm talking now from when you were a baby, when you were 1 year old, 2 year old, 3 year old.
Yes.
You didn't wake up one morning and say, I'm going to be a director, actor, and whatever else, doing the lighting for people and being a techie, because you're everything. How did it begin?
It's funny. It's funny because my grandmother had a small radio. She never let it go. She made sure that 24/7 radio is on in the house. So on the radio, there was radio dramas. At that time, we were listening to Malawi Broadcasting Corporation 1 and MBC Radio 2. In both, there was the beautiful dramas that I was listening to, and I became a staunch lover. And it's just a theater of mind that was engulfed in me, like in my brain and all that. And I felt like, I think this is a good thing to do. And we had a drama group that was touring around, and I can say, what do they call them? A moving troupe from one place to another. So I used to follow those people and watch, and I was like, I was just impressed on how things are done. But I did not pursue theater and drama at that time. Only later on in the stage in life, when I wanted to study IT, and then I was like, no, IT, I won't be able to compete with the growth of the industry. you need to have money to upgrade all the time and all that. So I was like, let me go into theatre. So that's how
you fell in love with drama
when
you were a child, and also, of course, you've been on radio.
Yes.
So that is wonderful. Because, Shafiq, I want to wish you blessings, just blessings, blessings, and blessings as you go with your career as a director, scriptwriter, techie, everything you do. I just want to say, very, very many blessings.
I stood on the riverbank with my ethereal form blending with the morning fog. The Limpopo River flowed before me, a relentless force that swallowed dreams and desperation alike. 21 souls, men, women, and children, stepped into those murky waters. Their eyes held dreams of safety, of a better place beyond the river's edge. Their cries pierced the mist. They reverberated.
Thank you very much, Auntie Marianah. I really appreciate for your platform and also wonderful conversation. Looking forward to more conversations in the
Absolutely,
future.
absolutely. And it's now time to say goodbye. Marianah Lourens, wat goed met Kuns en Party Chats. Bye.